Hello students, we'll be starting with the unit 5, that is memory and programmable logic. So in today's video we'll be studying about the introduction of memory and programmable logic. So going to the introduction, as we know what is a memory, it is nothing but a storage unit which is used to store the data. The data can be in terms of image type of a data, it can be text, image, audio and the video. Similarly here also, a memory unit is a device to which a binary information is transferred for a storage and from which information is retrieved when needed for a processing. Meaning here, consider we have a memory unit, we have input and we have a output. Consider now three units, we have an input, output and a memory unit. Whatever the data from the input, it is stored into the memory. Once the data from the input is stored into the memory, imagine to do any processing, we require that data. Then finally the output, the data from the memory is taken out and it is sent to the output. So what is actually memory? It is an intermediary between input and the output. Input sends the data to the memory and finally from memory the data is being taken out for the output. So memory is in between, it is in between input and the output. So here first point, as you notice, a memory unit, it is a device to which binary information is transferred for a storage. Means what here? The data from the input, the binary information from the input is transferred for a memory as a storage and from which information is retrieved. Retrieved means taken out. Information is taken out when needed for a processing. Going to the second point, binary information received from an input device is stored in a memory and information transferred to an output device is taken from a memory. Yes, the input, from the input I store the data into a memory and from the memory I take out the data and send to the output. But what is it actually memory? Memory, it is a collection of cells capable of storing large amount of binary information. Its duty is only to store. It doesn't do any of the processing. It does only a storage. That is, it takes the data from the input and it gives the data for the output. It is a collection of cells capable of storing a large quantity of binary information. Coming to the memory, we have two types of memories. One is RAM and second is a ROM. That is random access memory and read-only memory. So going to the first, that is, we'll go with the RAM. So RAM stores the new information for later use. The process of storing new information into a memory is referred to as memory write operation. So basically RAM, it includes two operations, memory write operation and memory read operation. What is this memory write operation? It is nothing but, as I have told you, we have an input. From the input I store the data or I transfer a data to the memory unit. This transferring of a data from input to a storage or a memory is nothing but a write. Write is from input to the memory I store the data. Then what is this memory read operation? It is nothing but, once the data is stored into a memory, I take out the data for some processing or to get some output. The process of taking out of a data from memory is memory read operation. Memory write means what? I transfer a data from input to memory, that is memory write. Memory read is from memory unit I transfer a data to a output, that is memory read operation. So this random access memory, which is one of the volatile memory, it includes two operations, that is memory write operation, memory read operation. As you can see, 2 points here. The process of storing new information into a memory is referred to as memory write. The process of transferring this stored information out of a memory is called as memory read operation. So memory is in between of input and output. From input I transfer a data to memory unit, that is write operation. From that memory unit I transfer it to the output, that is read operation. So RAM can perform read and write operations, whereas our ROM, that is read-only memory, it performs only one operation, that is, as the name says, it does only a read operation, whereas write operation is not performed in the type of a memory called ROM. Means what here? The meaning is nothing but the data is already stored in a memory. By some means the data is stored. What does this read-only memory does? It just retrieves the data from the memory unit. That is, however, the input cannot be transferred, whereas this means that binary information is already stored by some means. This ROM, it can only retrieve the data at any time. So ROM is a programmable logic device. So this programmable logic device, it is nothing but an integrated circuit with many of the millions of gates, actually millions of logic gates which are connected through the electronic paths that behave similarly to fuses here. So this programmable logic device, basically it is a circuit that consists of many of the gates which are interconnected through many of the internal paths. So ROM, that is read-only memory, is one such type of programmable logic device. That is, it is nothing but it consists of many of the logic gates connected together with the many of the internal paths here. The binary information that is stored within such a device is specified in some fashion. By some means the binary information is stored and then it is embedded into a hardware process which is referred to as programming the device. We use the term programming the device. Programming the device is nothing but here the information, the binary information is nothing but what? 10110. These are the binary information. These are stored in some fashion, in some particular fashion, and then these are embedded. Embedded means what? These are combined with some hardware which is referred to as a programming of a device. So coming to the next, that is as you can see, conventional symbol and the array logic symbol. This is a simple OR gate what we have studied. Conventional symbol is what? We have 4 inputs. This is a 4 input AND gate, as you notice. So this conventional symbol is nothing but what we use for regular in the logic we use for the first unit we are using in our labs and all, this symbol only, which consists of a 4 unit. Whereas there is another symbol called as array logic. As you see, even this is also 4 input, but the difference is the lines are not horizontal. The lines 4 inputs are vertical with one single line. For this one single line, the 4 inputs are perpendicular to each other, 90 degrees perpendicular to each other. So instead of having multiple input lines into a gate, we draw a single line. Only one single line is drawn here. The input lines are drawn perpendicular to this single line and are connected to a gate through the internal fuses. So this is one of the difference between what is a conventional symbol and a array logic symbol. So this is only an introduction. In the next class I'll be in detail we'll go with a topic called as random access memory. So briefly, in this introduction what we have studied, the concept of memory unit. What is a memory? It stores the input, it stores the information from the input, it gives the information for the output. It is in between of input and output, or it acts as intermediate between input and output. RAM, that is, it consists of 2 types: random access memory, read-only memory. Random access memory does both write operation and read operation. What is write operation? The process of storing the information from the input to the memory is write operation. Then what is read operation? The process of transferring the data from memory to the output or for processing whenever it is required, that is read operation. So our RAM, it includes both write and read operation, whereas ROM, it includes only read operation. So this is the end of our introduction. Next video we'll be going with the random access memory, that is RAM. Thank you.